the Pyramid of Teti. And unlike the pyramids that we saw in the Giza Plateau, the Giza Plateau was a perfect equilateral plane pyramid, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Coming here, after you were there, if you came by yourself and you saw Khufu's pyramid, you came here, you wouldn't think much of this, especially seeing Teti's pyramid in dilapidation. Here in the 5th and 6th dynasty, this is a time of instability. Invasions were coming in. They weren't able to build on the same level. Now, we talked about in the Giza Plateau how the architectural structure was based off of what? It was a portal into that spiritual afterlife that connected terrestrial and celestial. That celestial was the constellation of who? Orion. And Orion represented a star. And the 3 stars in Orion's belt represented the Giza Plateau, as Khufu Khafra Menkaure corresponds to that 3 stars in Orion's belt. So in the architecture, they were displaying their spiritual ascension. Even though some of the early people who traveled here, like Herodotus, when he came to the Great Pyramid of Khufu that was covered in white limestone, he said on the outside, at that time when he came here, around 450 years BCE, he observed Medu writing on the outside of the Great Pyramid of Khufu that would cover a 10,000-page book. And others in the Middle Ages, like Abdul Latif, also wrote in 1100 AD about this writing. So they were writing on the outside. But now in the 5th and 6th dynasty, starting with Unas, he is now going to write on the inside. He's going to write on the inside, although the pyramids are dilapidated on the outside, but what makes this impressive, these birds here are telling about the spiritual afterlife. They're writing about it in stone. This is the Merkuti text, as they call today the pyramid text. Here we see the earliest spiritual writing that they refer as religious concepts or writing today and making the salvation into the afterlife. All this Medu Neter, we can see his name here. Teti, you bought the Shanu's in the store, didn't you? Mm-hmm. See these Shanu's? Teti, 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 all over. Some of these symbols you may be familiar with. Like, for instance, when we see some of the Medu Neter, our ancestors were the first to write Murray, love. But they didn't write it without giving you a warning of Isfet, because they had to step out on the left with the left leg forward to trample down evil for the heart to go forward. But that is the symbol for Murray. It's like an A turned sideways. See that? Here's Hotep. See, when we say Hotep, that is the glyph for Hotep. Now, the question is, how about this symbol right here? What is that? What is that symbol? A cross. Was Christianity here yet? We're talking about Teti. This is over 4,000 years ago. There was no Christianity yet. That symbol is called the Amsu. The Amsu represented a spiritual resurrection. Those of you standing in front, there might be others who might still try to come in. We're blocking them.
No, that's not.
The cross represented a spiritual resurrection. And when they used the cots or the mummies, they would use it in the form of a cross when they wrapped up the mummy. So here, when the Romans came in, they didn't understand a spiritual resurrection. They took it literally as a physical resurrection. It had nothing to do with a crucifix, crucifying somebody. The Serapis Jesus, that's the name where they corrupted from a Sar. They put him on the cross and blood and crucifixion and all that. No, that's the madness that the Europeans created. Our ancestors observing Mut Neter, or Mother Nature. And they observed through Mut Neter a caterpillar crawling on the ground. And then a caterpillar forms into a what? No, it doesn't. A chrysalis. What did you say? Chrysalis. Chrysalis. And in the process of that chrysalis, what happens? A metamorphosis. Something that once crawled on the ground now flies. So now think of the European images of the European white Jesus where they got him, where they're wrapping him up in a mummy form. Is this where the term Christ came from, chrysalis? Is this the metamorphosis that is going to take place? But they got it wrong because they took it as a physical body. Unfortunately, your body is going to return back to the earth. The worms are going to eat you. I got to tell you the truth. All right? But what the worms will not eat is the Ka and the Ba. That's the spirit and the soul. That is what goes, that's that butterfly. That's what flies off into eternity. This is what Teddy's tomb is telling about that salvation and resurrection. So the cross, our ancestors called it the Amsu. I'm going to show it to you when we get in Upper Kemet. The Amsu showing a spiritual resurrection that the Europeans still don't understand spirituality. Take your hand, wave it like this. What do you feel?
Shoe.
Shoe. Can you see shoe? No. But you can feel shoe. So the spiritual realm is here. Can't see it, but it's there. See? So the Europeans, they did not understand spirituality. What, a spiritual body is going to rise up? No. The physical body will rise up. See, that morbid concept, it's morbid. It has no spirituality in it. When you're stealing from somebody and corrupting it, like in a classroom, you're copying somebody's paper, you're not getting, because you didn't write the paper. See? So since you didn't write the paper, you don't know the paper. So these people did not understand African Kemetic spirituality. So here we are in the Barkuti text of the earliest spiritual writing. There were no Bibles yet. Here, these are the books in stone, brothers and sisters. The King James Version and all that is written on paper, that even that was taken from the concept of papyrus. So we got to go back. We've got to stop being afraid of ourselves. We've got to stop being afraid of our ancestral genetic memory bank that's still there. Something brought us back here. Of all that we've been through, we shouldn't be here. But now we're going through a new phase of our emancipation. And that emancipation is of what? This. And that's the biggest fear. Because who we are dealing with are cavemen on the scene that don't know nothing but plunder and conquest and have no connection to the earth, much naked spirituality, and all they know is destruction. Okay? But here, Teddy knew about spirituality to go into the afterlife. People say, I'm going to heaven, and I got to pay my tithes in purgatory because I'll burn in hell. Madness. Kemet, you didn't burn in hell. In the law, in the heart, was weighed with the feather. Here, if you were not just and didn't weigh in bounds, and it would eat the heart, you just ceased to exist. You didn't have a devil roasting you forever and ever and ever. So that's the terror you got in your mind. See, and they put that in there because at one time they burned you at the stake for talking about Kemet. But now they do it mentally and psychologically that you're going to burn in hell. So we become afraid. That's how they're able to suppress Kemet. To stop this story from coming out. Let's go on the other side. Go on, Twa in the back. Katuchi in the back, and then Twa in the front. Face me. This way. That's the black sarcophagus that you see back here of Teddy. He would have been buried there. The tomb has been plundered long ago. You can take the pictures on your way out, brothers and sisters. That way we can do this, and then on the way out, you can take the pictures. Now, did I tell you that also that those of you who take pictures, videos, is 20 pounds and 10 pounds. Now, you're not supposed to do this, but I have a relationship with the people here. Hotep Africans, Hotep. We are the unorganized truth fighting an organized lie. Hotep. Forget Kwesi when he's saying I got this.
I think he was making sure nobody else was out here.
Brother Hotep, you gotta step it up for these brothers in the rear, brother. Don't be afraid to tell these brothers, look, you hear Kwesi calling us, you gotta go. When I was with Dr. Ben, I didn't play. Because I knew if I wasn't on the people, Doc was gonna be on me. All right? So, don't be afraid to tell them. So again, brothers and sisters, here we are. And we see in the middle that you hear, here we see the name Teddy. See? Teddy. We also see all the middle nature and various symbols that we see here. we see the Teta Ra. That means that when we say rise like Ra and live again, because as long as Ra rises, we will live again. Now, what Teti did is real heavy here. This is real deep. I don't know. We got to stand away from this light here. Now, brother, come over here for a second. Yes. I want you to take your finger and stick it in, put it in there, in the circle of Ra. Stick it in there. I'm just thinking to go in the circle. So it's dug in, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's step back for a second. So, y'all saw his finger in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I want you to do is take a section and look at it and watch the three-dimensional take place. Okay, don't look all over the place. Just take a little section and move your eyes real slow and watch what happens. And tell me if you see something that it looks more like a bubble. Raise your hand if you see it.
You said like it's sticking out, like
Yes,
it's
sticking
coming
out.
out.
It's like a bubble.
Yeah,
Sticking out.
I
It's
see,
like it's
like-
been raised.
I just was staring at this. And when I
Look
went
over
across-
here. Look at that. You gotta look closely. If you got wandering eyes and all over the place, you're not gonna see it, but you gotta look, be patient with it and look and watch it kind of raise up. Can you see it?
I don't see it.
It's pretty deep.
Hold on one second. 3D effect.
Come right here, brother. Okay, now look straight ahead. Don't wander your eyes, just look straight ahead. Does it look like it's raised?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
Like the 3D.
Yeah, it's raised. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Look over here, look over here, look over here, look right here. Look on this side. No, you're blocking the, you shadowed out. Okay, look over here. See, does it look like it's raised? Does everybody see it?